skills for young and proud visions. World skills, creativity and innovation. World skills. Let's shape our world-class workforce today. Be leaders in all we do. Building up our economy, Barbados we will improve. World skills, 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 world skills.
Welcome to the evening session. It's day 2 of the World Skills Barbados Competition 2023. Trust when I say we have seen some exciting action, some amazing cooking was on display this morning. A lacto-vegetarian dish is what the competitors had to do. Along with the main course, I prepared, I believe it was 2 vegetables and a bread basket. Still so much more action to come today. On the stream tonight, we're going to have a chat with some of the competitors, get a chance to understand what they've been experiencing out there, what has been going through their minds, and maybe a couple tips for what might come up tomorrow as well. There's also the restaurant service as well in terms of the banquet module happening this evening. We're going to get a chance to maybe take in some of that action. But right about now, let's throw it back to one of the competitors to find out how it went for them in a previous competition.
Hi, my name is Shakwani and I'm a cosmetologist. Well, in that moment, I was frustrated, terrified, and excited all at once. After competing in that competition, I continued to be in the field of cosmetology. Well, being able to participate in the competition allowed me to learn more things, get more exposure in the area, and be at the top of my field. Well, my future goals is to hopefully expand my business in the future and give back to the community. Any person willingness and interested in going into the competition, my advice is do not give up.
And I'll be competing in the skill area of cooking in the World Skills Barbados competition. Well, I always had a love for creative arts, and I believe that cooking is a part of that. And from since I was in secondary school, I had a love for it. So I always used to be cooking with my family in the kitchen, with my grandmother, trying to cook up new recipes. And I just loved the joy that came to people's faces when I made food for them. We are having training days twice a week coming up to the competition, which is in 2 weeks. And so we're just holding our skills, our knife cuts, preparing for the tasks that we have, and just building more confidence as we go into the competition. So right now I'm really enjoying the training that we're going through. I think I have the same expectations and goals as everyone. I want to win. So that is my main goal in mind, to win, and just to also become more confident in my skill and to just push myself and push my limits. That's what I really want. Well, World Skills is honestly the Olympics of skills. So I believe if I want to go to the international level to, again, push myself and to just be among creatives, and to just network and to just grow in my field. So in the future, I want to also go after my bachelor's to just continue to grow and to continue to grow my portfolio in the industry.
Romario Catlin and Roshanda Hoyt, competitors in the World Skills Barbados Competition 2023. They're here with me now, and they're going to share with us how it felt being in the competition so far. They had their competition yesterday and today. And Roshanda, can you share with us your experience for yesterday, day 1?
Well, my experience was a bit challenging at first because I didn't know what to expect, but then when I got in here and I filled out the place, it was a bit relief.
And day 2?
Day two, I know I had to get the job done, so I had to set my feelings aside and get the job done.
So, back to yesterday and today, what is the difference? What do you feel as different from yesterday and today?
The pressure.
The pressure. So, is the pressure higher or is it less?
Well, it's way much higher.
So, it's building up now.
Yes, because I had to prepare 2 dishes
Okay.
in 5 hours. Well, yesterday, I just had to do 1 dish and mise en place.
What was the name of your dish that you did yesterday?
Poached eggs served with a ham patty accompanied with a herb infused oil.
And what did you do today?
Chicken for my starter. Well, my main course, I did chicken Kiev served with beetroot and mushroom couscous.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. And my lacto-vegetarian dish was curry stew, a lacto-vegetarian curry stew.
And you, Romario, how was it yesterday compared to today?
Well, to me, yesterday was more easier. Because yesterday, to me, the easiest thing was my starter. Today was a bit challenging for me because I wasn't really focused today, but I still got through. I still fight my fight, but yeah.
Okay, so then this is the first time the two of you you're in this competition, correct?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
please.
And I understand you're with the Barbados Vocational Training Board.
Yes, please.
Tell us, how has the Vocational Training Board assist you in being in this competition? Rashanda?
Well, they assist me by teaching me patience and teaching me that every small dish will be a new creative way and never give up.
And Romario?
Well, my teacher teach me that you can make anything out of anything and make it wonderful. Because at first I was not planning to do work skills, but my teacher saw potential in me that I can do it, so I did it. And I'm really glad that I did it.
Why cooking, Romario? Why did you choose that
Because
specific
cooking was
category?
always a part of me. It runs in the family, so I love to cook. But my strongest part of cooking is the pastry. I love pastry. I love to do a pastry.
Rashanda, what about you?
It's a generational thing. My mom was a chef and she passed away when I was 6 years old. So I just felt as though if I became a chef, probably will make her happy wherever she is. And not only that, I see potential in it. I see getting somewhere. And I always like creating things, being creative, just finding anything to do with cooking. The kitchen, it could be my first time and I will try my best to accomplish whatever it is.
So with that potential, then where do you see yourself going after the competition?
In a
What
foreign
plans do you
country.
have?
I see myself going in a foreign country and furthering my skills.
You, Romario, where do you plan to go?
Furthering my skills somewhere else.
Somewhere else other than Barbados?
Yes, please.
Okay. I've watched both of you from yesterday and today. You seem like a team. You're always moving around together. So you are in the same class or the same
Yes, please.
program
Same
at
class.
the
Yes,
Vocational
please.
Training
Yes, please.
Board?
Yes, please.
Okay. So there have been people who've influenced you. You said your mom passed and condolences. Apart from that, because you have an influence from your mom, who else have influenced you in getting involved in this competition?
Big shout outs to my father, also my coaches. They helped push me because I felt as though as I wasn't ready. And they taught me about just calm your nerves and you'll get through. So big shout outs to my coach, my father, and my grandparents.
You, Romario, who are your
A big
influences?
shout out to my brothers, my family, and my coaches for sure, Jashan and Shane. They really pushed me. They really did.
Well, I'm going to say all the best to both of you in the competition. If you don't get to win, of course, everybody's a winner. So I hope to see you doing great things. Lots of people open their own businesses, and I'm sure you'll do great in it. So thank you for joining us today.
No problem.
No problem.
With us today, sharing with us the experiences of day 1 and day 2, Romario Catlin and Roshanda Hoyt of the Barbados Vocational Training Board.
I've grabbed Kendra Lovell out of the kitchen. She's a lover of soca. a lover of Lion King, but hasn't watched the original. Kendra, how you doing?
I'm finding you.
I'm pretty good here. No. You're away from the heat of the moment, the heat of the action. How are you feeling about how things have gone for you?
Like I could have done better, but it was okay.
You reckon you could? All right, let's go back to day one. Let's take it day by day. So on day one, I know you had 5 hours to start off, correct?
Yes, please.
First 2.5 was an egg dish. How that egg dish went for you?
I thought it was going good until, stuff took an unexpected turn, but I felt like in the end, the anticipation was real and the pressure was really on, but I did okay.
So like, what did you come with? Because like me, I was thinking like scrambled egg, fried egg, that kind of thing, right? But what did you produce in the end?
Definitely not scrambled eggs or fried eggs. I did a devil's egg with pickled onions, potato chips, and a mango chutney.
Oh, that's a lot there.
No, a mango salsa, my bad.
In 2.5 hours, that seemed like...
We had 3.5.
3.5,
Yeah.
okay. And then with the remaining time that you had on day one, okay, it was 5 hours you guys had in the kitchen. What do you do with that remaining time?
Prep for every day.
All
Well,
right.
whatever you could get done in the time that was allotted, you will prep and go forward so that your days, coming forward will be easier.
No problem. So was your day 2 easier than your day 1?
I underestimated it. I definitely did.
All right, so good. Let's start here now. Day 2, how did the morning part go for you?
The first part was okay, but I think, like I said, I underestimated it, and then stuff got away from me, but the food was on the plate, so I guess that's the most important part, But it was okay. I still got some prep done for the following day, so yeah.
No problem. So tell me then, what did you produce in your 5 hours today? Because I think today was main course type of a day, I think.
Yeah, a lacto
Okay,
vegetarian.
yeah. So, all right, what do you have for your lacto vegetarian, and then what do you have for your main?
My lacto vegetarian was, I call it a vegetarian couscous with pineapple in it. So, I was blindsided by the couscous, by the way. It was not what I expected. We got the plain one instead of the course one. So in that, we had 3 compulsory items. We had the lentils, we had chickpeas, and we had soya chunks. I don't eat soya chunks. So, I mixed everything except for the lentils and the couscous. So I cooked everything. I soaked the soya chunks. I soaked the chickpeas because they were hard. So you sell it raw.
Yeah.
And then I mixed them up. I blended the chickpeas and I put them back into the oven. And then it was in a 3rd pan, so it was like buffet stuff. And then I put in everything. I tossed the pineapples and what's not. And then I like if you're gonna pay you this.
Yeah.
Right. And I sprinkled some. And then I sauteed some sweet peppers for color, and I put it at the top.
And overall, you was happy with what you put out?
Yeah, even though the couscous had me blindsided,
Yeah, and then no, coming on no, so that was the main part. You call the vegetables and they're doing the bread basket?
No, bread basket was in there, but I didn't call the bread basket yet.
Okay, so all right, walk me through the rest now.
Bread basket, the bread selection that I did was molasses, because that was one of the host ingredients that we had. The main dish now was a blue cheese chicken Kiev, and that's basically like a chicken with a compound butter in the middle. You know what I mean?
Not really, no, but that's what you gotta explain. That's what you're the professional here, Like you
I still
going
learning.
on to be the chef, and I used to cook it. Like I used to fry egg man, so you gotta walk me through everything.
Definitely, because not there for eggs. A chicken Kiev is a Russian dish, and it has compound butter inside, and the objective is to keep it inside. You don't want it to come out. And then the plan was to do a aromatic split pea, but part of the competition is got thing on your feet. There was no split pea, so we had to improvise. Vegetables, honestly, whatever was in the fridge, because you had one plan, and like I said, you had to improvise. So certain vegetables didn't come into play. Then I did a tomato jam, so it was just like jam with like onions and what's not. You take the tomatoes, you do them small, onions, sugar, water, cinnamon, star anise, you let reduce and jam.
A little something.
Yeah, a little spice. I try a thing. So yeah.
No problem. All right, so day 2 done and dusted. 1 day left to go. I think dessert tomorrow and a speed test. You ready for the speed test?
Part of it.
Part of it.
Yeah. Part of it.
Right. looking at you in the kitchen, I can see you know what's going on. You seem like you're having fun out
I
there.
be talking to myself so much. I be
Are
singing
you
and
having fun though? Are you having fun?
yeah, until I realize I get too carried away.
Until you go, but nah, it's about expressing yourself, you know. It's as I think Chef Edie say, it's not a taste good look good competition, you know. It's a couple other things and days about having fun. I think you're having fun though in our
Singing,
kitchen.
singing so much soca.
I did tell you guys that she's a lover of soca, and a lover of Lion King that she has not watched. But Kendra, it's been fantastic talking to you. 2 days down, 1 day left to go, and I hope that you enjoy your
Dessert
kitchen
not
time on day number 3 as well. Guys, that's it from us here. It's time now to take in some more action. Right about now, it's time to get a little more insight into the coaching process that goes in to the World Skills Barbados competition. Next to me, Jashawn Willoughby, one of the coaches here today. Jashawn, how have you found the competition so far over the 2 days?
It was great, very, very great.
Yeah, and I know that you have a couple of the competitors here coming into it. What's, I guess, some of the advice that you've been giving them to ensure that they stay calm, cool, and collected?
Time plan. Follow a time plan. Once you follow a time plan, your time will run smoothly, and
Yeah, but why, I guess, why is the time plan? Because I know, for example, on day 1, I think they were given 5 hours to cook, and then it was broken down into 2.5, but then time to prep. So for those who are, I guess, unfamiliar, like, why would that time planning be so important for them?
because if you haven't got no time plan, you're gonna now be studying trying to figure out like what not to do. You're gonna be scrambling. Your brain gonna be all over the place. Once you got a time plan, you can follow there. You know, well, I'm supposed to do X, Y, Z in this amount of time, and how long it can take me to do, and it runs smoothly.
Fair enough. All right. So then, what has been some of the feedback that you've been getting from your competitors? 'Cause I know that so far this is into day 2, so I think they've probably had maybe about 10 hours in the kitchen so far. What's some of the feedback that they've been giving you?
Honestly, that don't feel it in the kicking.
So
Yeah.
they're doing the job,
Yeah.
you know. So, all right, that means now that heading into day 3, into desserts, into the speed test, know that, you know, the confidence levels, so that's the mood that they're in right now. Fair enough.
sure.
So, I guess for you, how do you, I guess, almost keep them level? Because I know you obviously want that confidence, but how do you keep them level going into day 3 now?
Just making sure that they're set, and then remember everything that they're supposed to do, and yeah.
Fair enough. And then for you as a coach, how have you been finding it? You know, obviously, you're being tasked with, I guess, what you consider a major responsibility here with them. How do you find the experience as a coach?
Well, this is my first time being the coach, but I find it very good. So I'm looking forward to much more. And once I got enough thing, for sure.
Fair enough. Well, I know that you're probably just as confident as your competitors.
They have to be.
Yeah, so I guess we're going to see how the results come out. So, Jashawn, it's been a fantastic opportunity talking to you. Right now, though, it's time to head to find out a bit more about those who've competed in the World Skills Barbados competition.
Hi, I am Sonia Hill. I am from Jamaica, and I competed in the skill area mobile robotics at the World Skills Special Edition competition last year. Looking back on this photo, I remember feeling stressed yet hopeful that everything will work out. I occasionally work with mobile robotics. However, I am now within the solar energy sector as a sales engineer, where I use technology to design 3D representations of solar systems to propose to clients on behalf of the company. Competing in World Skills has made me a better engineer. It has helped me to sharpen my skills in becoming more precise and organized. It has helped me to become more confident in the work that I do and the way I present myself. I'd like to encourage anyone who's watching this video to spread your wings and reach for the sky. There is a lot of opportunities out there waiting for you.
We're here with the expert in the restaurant service category, Mr. Roderick Prescott. We would have spoken with him yesterday, and today we are going to ask him to walk us through exactly what is going with the competition right now. Welcome, Mr. Prescott.
Thank you.
So behind us, of course, there's some activity going on. Can you take us through what's happening?
Right. So this evening they're doing the casual dining module, and currently they are doing the skill test in fruit carving. And with that particular skill test, they have to prepare identical fruit plates and 2 fruit salads. With the fruit plate, it should be 4 fruit, a minimum of 4 fruits being used, with orange and pineapple being mandatory ones. But they can use more. They have options, many more options they can use. And then after that particular skill test, there is another one, which is the pineapple flambe.
So then after they're finished doing this, what I call it prepping, is that what they're doing right now? Would you say that?
Well, throughout the competition, for restaurant service, they would engage in serving customers, but it has some skill tests in between the different tasks they have to do.
So then what are the judges looking for in this specific category of restaurant service?
Yeah, so what the judges would be looking for would be creativity, the dexterity to use different tools, to flambe, to do a little bit of flair, tableside theater, things that would engage customers a little bit more in service.
How many competitors do we have this evening?
We have 3 competitors this evening. We have Isaac Herbert, we have Saida Shepherd-Jones, and we have Aaliyah Morgan.
Are they from different institutions or from the same program?
They're all from the Gina Normahola Hospitality Institute of the Barbados Community College, but they are in different programs. Isaac and Saida are first-year students in the Culinary Arts program, and Aaliyah just concluded her 2 years associate degree in Hospitality Studies.
And I understand that when all of this delicious food is completed, that some of us will get to taste it.
Definitely.
Okay. Now, I know you've been pretty busy yesterday and today. You've been moving around and getting things prepared. How did you prepare yourself and your team for this competition?
Yeah, well, we met online a few times to go through the test project and to go through the schedule for the couple of days that we are here. Then we've met face-to-face to go through the particular skills tests. I would have relied heavily on the curriculum of the Barbados Community College Gina Normahola Hospitality Institute to cover a large portion of what the students would be doing. But just a few things that they need a little bit more exposure to that I would have touched base on with the students.
So are you a mentor for any of these competitors here this evening?
Yes, well, I've been the restaurant expert for World Skills in Kazan and Lucerne. Kazan was 2019 and Lucerne was last year. So hopefully the person who is victorious over the next couple of days would score high enough that would qualify them to represent Barbados in Lyon next year.
So when all of this is done, of course, you're going to go to France with the Barbados team. You come back to Barbados. What is a day like for Mr. Roderick Prescott?
Oh, it is very, very busy for me. At the Institute, I'm responsible for the food and beverage academic programs, also the operations within the Institute. So yes, very hectic.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Prescott, for sharing with us, and we do wish you all the best.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
There you have it, Mr. Roderick Prescott at the World Skills Barbados Competition 2023.
I've grabbed Dario Walcott. You probably saw him on day one having a chat with us. He's now back into the hot seat. Probably not the kitchen, but the hot seat. Dario, how have you found the action across the 2 days so far?
It's been exciting, to be honest. Everybody come in, obviously persons have their favorites. For me, my favorite is just seeing the competition unfold, seeing the young persons have an opportunity to showcase their skills to the world. Definitely, that is what is fulfilling for me. When you think about the long nights and just to have young people get an opportunity to show their skills and develop, for me, that's the fulfilling part.
It's interesting you mentioned favorite, because I was I got a chance to put you on the spot, but you kind of got past me there. You've now been with the TVET Council for a couple of years. This is now in terms of World Skills Barbados competitions. Which number is it for you personally?
I was 2014. I was working with it, but at the helm from 2016. So this is my fourth.
So your fourth year, Dario. And how would you say things have progressed over those 4 competitions?
So I've definitely learned a lot, trust me. But what I think we've scaled down. So the first time we had about 4 skills, I think. And then, you know what, we wanted to do big things. So I went on to 8 skills in 2018. And I was like, you know what, the skills, the number went up, the quantity went up, but the quality went down. So then we decided, let's take the world skills standards, let's develop a program. So in 2018, we developed what we call the World Skills Barbados program. And the main objective was to raise the level of the national TVET system. And from there, where we decided to scale back the numbers and ensure that the quality is better, we see a different competition.
It's interesting you mention that, because obviously you're still trying to ensure that you measure up versus the World Skills Americas, you measure up versus the World Skills International. So when you look at it from that angle, where do we rank right now to you?
We have some work to do, Joel. I think that we need to offer higher level qualifications in Barbados in technical areas. I think that's where we need to go. I think that the rest of the world is doing it, and that's why they're doing better at World Skills International. People ask me, so why don't you allow people at 25 and so on? That's because in other countries, they finish their apprenticeship programs and their higher level programs at an earlier age. So when, you know, in cricket, we say, oh, our cricketers mature later. It's quite similar to our technical programs, where after persons have been able to get some work experience, then they become better. But the world is saying at 22, you should be a technician. You should be able to go out on your own, be self-employed, be an entrepreneur, be a supervisor in somebody's organization. But we need to get our system there. And then when we get our system there, then we don't need to put in so much training to prepare someone for World Skills competition. Our training system will be producing world standard persons, and then we can compete on the global workforce, global labor force for jobs.
Leading off of that, and I guess my question is almost, I guess, how do we get ourselves there in terms of, one, ensuring that we have higher skill level programs in Barbados, and ultimately fighting ourselves on par with the rest of the world?
Right. So as I said, World Skills develops occupational standards. And at TVET Council, we don't have the resources to update our standards every 2 years like World Skills does. They have the buy-in and the support of 85 plus member countries. And we talk about cars from Germany and Toyota, and they got Germany, they got Japan and what's not, UK, but we don't have that. But what we can do is that we can take the World Skills standards and incorporate them into the training programs at the institutions. And then we can offer level 3 and level 4 qualifications, which means that our people leaving the training institutions will be better qualified. The challenge with World Skills competition is that the persons who benefit from getting exposed to the standards are just the few that go through the prelims and the finals. But these few come from a class that probably has about 25, 30 people. But if you're 22 or 20, 24 or 25 and you've been through the program, but you don't go into World Skills, you don't get exposed to those World Skills standards. So if we can get the institutions to incorporate the World Skills standards, what the world is doing within the training program, more people in the class, more people in the industry, more people will be able to be exposed to it, and then we start to create a competitive workforce.
You mentioned that you've been here now for a couple of the competitions, and I kind of wind down now in terms of my questions. So the final one for you, given that you've been able to see their faces at the end of it, you've been able to see the tears, you've been able to see the smiles, what is it like at the end of a competition for you, watching, I guess what you could say, the future of Barbados develop?
What I would say is that no amount of money can replace the feeling that you get when somebody is able to say, like, you gave me an opportunity. I remember when we had Junior Skills in 2019, a young man came to me and all he did, he went to shake my hand and he said, "Sir, thank you." Just like that. Somebody said, "Oh, he was at school and and this and that's and third." And we had some young ladies from Frederick Smith and they said they were going to finish school, but then they heard they had a hairdressing competition and they decided, "Look, this is what I want to do." So I don't think any amount of money. So people will say, "Oh, you're working till 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock and why don't go home?" And but now because you're giving people an opportunity to develop an opportunity that they may not have other ways. And you and I both know, Joel, you just need a one chance to show the world what you can do, and then you can travel the world from there.
Oh, Dara, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you. You can definitely hear the passion coming out of his voice as well. And you definitely see the passion in the kitchen. You see the passion over here in the restaurant section. And trust me, the passion will be on display as we head into day 3 and a couple more days as well in this World Skills Barbados Competition 2023. It's been an absolute pleasure being here with you on day 2. As I mentioned, there's still some more action to come. There's a speed test tomorrow in the cooking and so much more. So make sure you join us for that. But until then, it's been an absolute pleasure. Until next time, goodbye.
World skills for young and proud visions. World skills, creativity and innovation. World skills that shape our world-class workforce today. Be leaders in all we do. Building up our economy, Barbados we will improve. World skills, 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 world skills.